is due. What's going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, and ladies and gentlemen, we have got an unbelievable update for LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. When I say that this is a big update, it is not a big update. It is a massive update. There is so much to discuss. We got 4 brand new suits. We got reveals of a bunch of different iconic locations from Batman being revealed to us, new information, 3 new vehicles, and much, much more. Of course, guys, you know the drill. If you do enjoy today's video, please just take a quick moment, battering the like button, or, just simply hit the thumbs up button. That would be very much appreciated as well. Thank you so very much for your kindness and your continued support. And without further ado, let's get into it.
Who are you?
I'm Batman.
And so it all started with Batman Day. To celebrate Batman Day, the folks over at LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight put together this really cool behind the scenes video where they essentially shared some insights into the process of making the game, but with it, they revealed so much cool information, including this incredible little insight of the actual storyline itself with Bruce Wayne and Thomas Wayne.
Come on, Bruce, we'll be late for the movie.
We start with young Bruce Wayne in the grounds of Wayne Manor, excited to go to the movies.
Bruce.
I need my outfit.
Years later, we see him train with the League of Shadows and Nanda Parbat, and then return as a crime fighter to Gotham City.
So obviously that was pretty dang cool because they went ahead and actually confirmed that we would replay kind of the origin story that we see play out in Batman Begins, where we'll start out as a younger Bruce Wayne. Then, of course, tragedy will strike, and then he would then go on and train with the League of Shadows, and then finally return to Gotham in order to become the Dark Knight, which is obviously pretty dang cool. And as someone who's a huge fan of the Nolan movies, I'm excited that they went this route. Now, the next thing I wanted to draw your guys' attention to are actually locations, because obviously if you were watching that little clip right there, you probably spotted that they confirmed some really cool, exciting stuff when it comes to locations that we'll get to visit. So first and foremost, we get our very first exterior shot of Max Shreck's building, or department store building, which of course is from the Batman Returns movie. So very cool to actually see the entire location in a full shot. So that'll be a building that we will be visiting. Speaking of buildings, they also gave us another really nice shot of the GCPD building in Tri-Corner for Gotham City. We also got another beautiful shot of the Ace Chemical building, which again, these are new shots, but these are locations that we were kind of aware of coming into this video. However, here is the stuff that was absolutely fantastic. First and foremost, we do have a shot of Wayne Manor, which looks massive. This place looks like an absolute castle. It is an impressive looking building, and it's very obvious that it will be a playable location that we will be able to visit throughout the story, and heck, maybe even return to as we explore Gotham City itself. So it looks absolutely stunning. In fact, when it comes to Wayne Manor, it's also very clear that there's this one shot where we specifically see Bruce inside the Batcave, or underneath Wayne Manor, and you can clearly tell that there's a stud on the floor. That confirms that that will be an area that we'll be able to march through or play through. So another really cool element is that not only will we have the top part of Wayne Manor, like the part that is on the surface, but we'll actually get to go below Wayne Manor and locate, of course, the Batcave. Then we also got this really cool teaser of the Iceberg Lounge, confirming that it will indeed be a location in the game that we will be able to visit, which looks absolutely freaking awesome. Can't wait to meet and run into the Penguin, probably have a bit of a brawl with him, but this will be an absolutely must-visit location in Gotham City. And speaking of Gotham City, they did also share with us so many beautiful shots of Gotham City itself, showcasing the rain effects, just a lot of the attention to detail that will be present with the city itself. But I feel like the most incredible one, honestly, are these 2 silly shots that I noticed, because first and foremost, I just love the fact that there's literally smoke coming up from the manhole covers here. Like, that is just the sort of attention to detail that we don't expect from LEGO games, that is for certain. And then right here, this little poster, the fact that it's kind of like moving in the wind, just again, unbelievable attention to detail on the locations within this game. And then there's one that's kind of somewhat controversial, but I'm curious to hear your guys' opinion, and that's why I kept it for last. There's this one moment where Batman launches into the sky within the video itself, and then all the way out in the horizon, it looks like we can see a city that is almost like very bright and cheery looking, which makes me think, is that Metropolis in the horizon? Because holy moly, that is a pretty fantastic teaser and some wonderful world building. So now that we're done with locations, let's talk about vehicles, because this video actually did go ahead and share not one, not two, but 3 brand new vehicles with us. First and foremost, we got our very first look at the Batman 1966 Batmobile, aka the Adam West Batmobile, and it looks absolutely brilliant. A really nice brick-built design. Very cool, very excited to go ahead and take this classic Batmobile for a spin. Speaking of classic, I feel like this next Batmobile has now officially become classic because it's come out so long ago, and that is the big giant fin, or at least that's what I call it. But this is of course the Batman Forever Batmobile, which we did know was going to be included, but we didn't see it in the game. This video actually gives us insight and lets us see what the Batmobile will actually look like from Batman Forever in this video game. So yet another Batmobile that we can expect to be able to zoom around the city with. And then on a bit more of a silly note, because I know that a lot of people were actually wondering about this, like, are all the vehicles going to be pretty much Batcycles, Batmobiles, and something that is very specific to characters? No, literally, here's Batman driving a forklift. So I feel like that confirms that there's going to 100% be some vehicles in this game that are more silly in nature and not quite as serious in terms of Batmobiles or Batcycles, or very like character-specific vehicles. But fear not, if you wanted to have some more varied vehicles, that seems to be the case. So jumping away from the vehicles, let's talk about the suits. Everybody loves bat suits. Everybody is excited to find out what kind of bat suits are going to be included. And guess what? Over the course of this Batman Day, we got to go ahead and learn of a few more. So first and foremost, we do have to go along with the Batmobile that we just saw. We have the 1966 Adam West suit included in this video. Again, it's not a very like clear shot, so of course over time we'll get more detailed images and gameplay for these suits, but no matter what, it's cool to see the homage to Adam West. I do know that people will probably have complaints with the cowl side of things, because I feel like because they're constantly using the same exact cowl, some of the batsuits don't look as great, because some batsuits require like longer ears and some require shorter ears. So I feel like that will probably be a uniform complaint with a lot of these designs, unless if of course when the game releases they actually do patch that and we have a varied look to the cowls themselves. Then out of freaking left field, we have the serial suit Batman. This is one of those ones where I was like, not in a million years would I expect this one to be included, just because I feel like the vast majority of people have no idea what this costume is based on. But at the same time, it's incredibly exciting in the sense that if they're going this obscure with some of the suits, it means that we are probably going to end up with an unbelievable roster of costumes. Because I feel like all the main ones will be included, just because if they're going this obscure with the suits that are already being showcased, just imagine what the rest of the costumes will end up being. Fingers crossed for Batman Beyond. And to match the Batmobiles that we just looked at, we also do get the Batman Forever, or the Sonar suit, which looks absolutely spectacular. This is one of those suits that I know a lot of people like to make fun of, but I actually think it looks pretty dang cool in Lego form. And then last but certainly not least, one of my personal favorites has been officially confirmed, and that is the Batman animated series suit. I freaking love that show. It has held up over time. What an amazing piece of media in the history of Batman in general. And now it will continue to be celebrated in Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight with this brand new costume. Very cool. So now that we're done with suits, let's talk about characters, because there were a lot of really exciting character reveals as well. Kicking things off with our first complete look at Catwoman. Of course, I know that she appeared in the original first trailer, but that was just like a very zoomed in shot in a cutscene. Here, we can actually see her in full glory. We can see the entirety of the character. We can also see her weapon, which of course is the whip. So kind of, I guess, of a showcase of her gadget that will be available to her. So that's pretty dang cool. But I'm really excited to actually find out what other Catwoman outfits would be included, because obviously it seems like her default look is the Michelle Pfeiffer costume, but I feel like it's probably a safe bet to assume that she will get the Batman design as well, and then hopefully some other iconic looks, especially from the comics. I would love to see that, and maybe even the outfit from the Arkham series. That would be pretty dang cool as well. And then if you're a Bruce Wayne fan, buckle in, because there are a lot of playable versions of Bruce Wayne that have been confirmed to be playable in this game, because I feel like originally we all assumed that it would maybe be just that dapper version of Bruce Wayne and that would be it, or maybe they would give us the obviously playable version of him when he's training with the League of Shadows, but that would be it. Nope, We also have confirmation of course, the young Bruce Wayne with his awesome gray ghost costume. So that is pretty dang cool. Then we get the Batman Begins version. That is the one where, you know, he's heading out to train with the League of Shadows and slowly but surely becoming this new symbol and discovering what being Batman is going to be all about. Then we do have a confirmation of this very swanky, kind of dapper looking version of Bruce Wayne with his business attire and such. And then all of you who are fans of the Batman or the Robert Pattinson Batman, you'll be happy to know that even that version of Bruce Wayne has been confirmed to be included in this game as well. So that is a lot of Bruce Wayne. Not only are we getting a lot of bat suits, but we're also getting a lot of his alter ego of Bruce Wayne. So now that we talked about the good guys side of things, let's talk about bad guys or villains, and more importantly, their henchmen. Kicking things off with the classic goons. These are, of course, just the regular Gotham City thugs running around the city. It's so cool to always see that iconic classic design with the hat and the sunglasses. It's just one of those, like, kind of, I guess, tip of the cap to the original Lego Batman video game. Love to see that. Absolutely brilliant. Then we got to see the Arkham Thugs also in action, this time out and about, because up until this point, we've only seen them in the, I guess, constraints of Arkham Asylum or the prison cells themselves. So it's interesting because I feel like this pretty much confirms that we will have all these different factions of different thug groups and everything running all around the different parts of Gotham City. And then it will be up to us as Batman and the rest of our playable characters to bring them all to justice, of course. Then we also got the Freeze henchmen showcased again. And these look really freaking cool. These are obviously the hockey thugs from Batman and Robin. The design for them is so freaking cool, and they definitely stand out compared to the other rogues or the other henchmen that we've seen up until this point. Now, it seems like Joker's gonna have a slew of different type of henchmen available to him, probably depending on which point in the story we will be in. So first and foremost, we have this kind of Joker gang where they literally look like they're just rocking Joker colors, like very classic Joker colors with purple and green and so on and so forth. So very slight and very little footage of this one, but it's still included. Then we have the mimes, which we obviously knew about coming into this video. Then we have the Joker clowns, which we saw just briefly, but in this video we actually get to see them in full-on action, and they look incredible. These are, of course, the henchmen that are based on the Dark Knight movie, the opening scene of that movie, you know, with all the different clowns when they're doing like the bank heist scene. Such a cool part of the film, and so cool to see that it's actually going to be paid an homage to in this upcoming Lego game. We got another shot of some cool henchmen from the Red Hood gang as well, which again would tie right back into the Joker. So if you're keeping track, it seems like Joker's going to have at least 4 different types of factions available to him. And then last but certainly not least, we also got to see the Two-Face gang once again getting beat up by the Dark Knight, which is again super duper cool because this Two-Face design, or these henchmen designs, are obviously from the Schumacher verse in terms of their color scheme and attires. But again, it's really cool that this game truly is going to span all the different Batman movies, the different shows, the comics, and really try to celebrate all of them in different ways so that as many Bat fans could feel like this is kind of like a love letter to the character as a whole. So next up, we have a little bit of a, I guess, weird aside, but it was something that I had to speak about just because I'm really curious to hear what you guys think. But there's this one brief moment during the actual behind the scenes video where we can actually see Batman rocking the old school Bat Cowl. Now, this could be that it's just old footage during the development process where they were maybe using like assets from the previous Batman games and kind of reusing them and applying them accordingly. Or it could go back to the topic that we talked about just a little earlier in this very video, where I mentioned that, hey, I'm very curious to see if they will maintain the same cowl design all throughout the different suits, or would they actually consider adjusting them so that they look more accurate to have the longer ears or the shorter ears, or just a completely different look and shape in general. So hopefully this little, I guess, blurb here of video maybe, just maybe, confirms that they're thinking about it. And hopefully by the time that the game launches, they would consider including a few different cowls, just because I feel like that is going to be one of those things that would really help the suits look much more accurate and cooler if they're trying to go for as authentic of a look as possible. And speaking of possible, another thing that was confirmed via this video is the possibility of co-op. And I know what you're saying right now, Blitz, You're literally farming this video. We knew that co-op was already a thing. And it's like, yeah, you're right. We knew that co-op was a thing, but we never actually saw it. All the footage that has been shared so far for this game has been purely done from a single player perspective. So it's really cool that this video actually gives us an idea of what the split screen co-op will look like, so we can expect it to look just like what you're seeing right now on your screens when you're playing along with a friend on co-op. And let's finish things off with some fun rapid fire stuff. First and foremost, we got a recreation of the really cool scene of the Joker clapping from The Dark Knight once again. So again, I just love how many different scenes they're recreating from that epic movie. Then we got the exciting confirmation that Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight would feature a very similar launching feature to what we have in the Arkham Knight games, where when you're driving the Batmobile, you could double tap X to like launch out of the Batmobile and set off and glide. Guess what? That will be a feature that will be implemented in the new Lego Batman game as well. And finally, we have this scene of Batman running through some sort of a sewer almost looking area. And the cool thing is that over on the left-hand side, you can spot a spray paint for Solomon Grundy. So this is the first time that we get a mention of Grundy in this game in any way, shape, or form. And considering how amazing that boss fight was in the Arkham series, in Arkham City more specifically, it would be so freaking cool if he appears in this game as well. And then we have this really cool looking kind of a crossed out logo of a flame with almost like a water or a flame. I'm not 100% certain, but to me at least, it reminds me possibly of Firefly. Let me know what you guys think on the logo on the right-hand side. So there you have it. Did I deliver? I feel like I certainly did. I feel like we covered so many different topics, so many different pieces of information. I also had to share this really kind of heart-wrenching image right here of the Wayne family. We've got the entire portrait here. Just looks so both sad, but at the same time, I guess inspirational, because after all, that is the moment that motivates Bruce to become Batman. Of course, I hope that you're motivated enough to go ahead and scroll down, leave a like on today's video, because I definitely worked a long time to put all of this together. So I'd really appreciate it if you guys would leave a like. Thank you so very much for your kindness. Wouldn't be here without you guys. In addition to that, if you can, please consider sharing this video with a fellow Lego Batman or even maybe a Batman Arkham fan, just because I feel like a lot of Arkham fans maybe don't realize just how close this game will be to the Arkham series, and I feel like it would be kind of a shame if they miss out on it. So if you could share the video, I would really appreciate that a ton as well. Y'all have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Peace out. I'll see y'all later, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.